Welcome everybody to another live Q&A with myself. So I got a question. Is Nick, how do you build a warrior mindset? How do you create it? How do you build it? How do you strengthen it? How do you maintain it? How do you get to the point where your mindset and the way you live your life is completely wired, synchronized, in tune with everything that you do? But before we start, guys, go visit my website, nickdrossos.com. All my brand new self-defense videos, my content, fight analysis, they're all on my website, nickdrossos.com, as well as my new programs and one-on-one coaching. So go check that out at nickdrossos.com. I'm mostly going to be doing lives like this and doing a little bit more coaching and mindset. So I got this question, which was interesting because right now I'm actually training with Xavier MMA. I'm going back to doing some MMA, and I'm actually thinking of fighting in a couple of months for my own personal reasons. And I'm it's my own personal challenge just to like motivate me, set a new goal. And Xavier sees how like motivated and focused I am, and he sees my mindset, how it is. And that mindset was forged through many years of training, of repetition, of consistency. I didn't just grow up and I just didn't wake up one day and I had this mindset. It just didn't fall off the sky. Building your mindset is like, it takes training, like you train when you go to the gym, you train for fighting, you train for anything you do. Like I say, everything is a matter of training it, building it to get there, okay? And again, when we look at a warrior mindset, what is a warrior mindset? Let's define it. To me, it's someone who's about truth, integrity, someone who stands up for the right thing, someone who leads, somebody who carries himself with respect and honor, and all those virtues are, to me, part of the base of the warrior mindset. The warrior mindset is not the person that complains. It's not someone who believes they're entitled. It's not someone who thinks that, they deserve it. They should just have it. They're owed to. That they've paid their dues, therefore they should have a warrior mindset is someone who at some point is broken. At some point has to reevaluate, reassess, question himself, start from scratch, and be accountable for where he's at, and slowly starting to work on wiring, because the brain is neuroplasticity, as they call it. It's always restructuring, rewiring, refiring new neurons. So what does that mean? Is that like a computer, we could program what we want to create and who we want to be. But that happens through training and repetition and consistency, and through doing small steps, not big things, being able to do small steps daily. And I mean, I look at myself, guys, I'm going to share a little bit, I don't consider myself being growing up as a tough kid. But circumstances made me that I had to be tough. Circumstances made me that I had to learn how to fight. Circumstances made me that I had to, I had to fend for myself from a young age. I had to go work, at 16, left the house when I was at 18, 19. I was on my own from a young age. I had no choice but to develop that mindset. Now, that mindset came with a lot of trials and errors, came with a lot of failures, came with a lot of being broken, taken down. Moments in my life where I thought, that's it, I'm never getting out of this. This is like, the emotional and psychological beating of life, like I tell people, is far greater than any fight I've ever fought in a ring. I tell people, getting in the ring is nothing comparing to getting punched by life with some of the shit that will happen to you through your life, right? And our character, our mindset is built by making the choice to stay where we are or to rise up. Staying where we are or to fight back? Staying where we are or to take action? People think knowledge is power. Knowledge is nothing. Knowledge is nothing without execution, without action. So you can read all the self-help books you want, but at the end, if you're not going to go out there and do the footwork, you ain't going anywhere. And the idea that somebody, the worst mindset to have is that entitled mindset. Somebody owes you, you should be there. All these ideas that life is unfair. Guess what? And I say this to my son, life is not fair. Get used to it. You got to learn how to beat and play the game of life. And the way to do that is to build your mindset. So how are some of the ways that you could build your mindset? And I'm going to share you guys not what I've read in books. I do these lives. I'm not reciting, reading books. Everybody does that because at the end, it's easy for me to come here and speak to you guys live because I'm speaking from here. Passion and heart and sharing my own personal experience. Now, imagine being a little kid with braces, skinny, going to school, being hit in the face, being called brace face. It wasn't easy, right? I was the smallest kid in the school. I was picked on, right? 2 years wearing braces and going to a complete new school where I knew anybody, right? So I had to learn how to defend myself. I had to learn how to fight back. I had to learn how to at least put up a fight. Now, sometimes I did, and most of the times I didn't. And I'm saying it completely honestly, right? But as I got older, right, well, my braces came off. Already my face looked different. And then I grew. I started going to the gym. So that's the first thing is you want to build confidence, start building your body. If your mind is not there, at least work your body, build your strength, build your muscles, build your posture, start feeling strong, start having people look at you like, oh man, you look solid, you look strong. Wow, are you training? You start building your confidence. That's going to tap into your mind. If you're being bullied or picked on, then you start learning martial arts. Whatever martial arts, start with something. Then from there, start learning how to start sparring, start fighting, start building your confidence if you have to in that area. Now, again, you might be a great fighter and have all the confidence you want in the ring, but if everything else is a mess in your life, you're not going to go far. But that is at least a start where you could build your body, build your mind, where you could feel confident when you're walking down the street that you could defend yourself and that you're not going to be picked on or bullied or that you could stand up for yourself. That already is going to be is one part of the mindset. Then you want to take that and inject it in other areas of your life, right? Start working on yourself as a person, your personal development, your growth, your knowledge. Get a coach, get a therapist, not a therapist, but a /therapist coach. Read the self-help books. I'm not saying don't read them, but at the end, you got to get away from the book and you got to apply them in real life, right? Start working on your mind, on your body. Start working on your mind. Start carrying yourself. Start believing, even if you don't, start saying it to yourself. Look in the mirror and make these affirmations. I am strong. I could do it. I believe in myself. I'm unstoppable. I'm unbreakable. Even if you don't believe it at the moment, keep saying it over and over again and start acting on it. From there, you're going to see your mindset is going to start changing. The way people will see you and react to you is going to be different. You're going to start building your confidence and you're going to start carrying yourself with the way you want to through what you're saying. But if you think this is going to happen in a month, 3 months, guys, I'm 44 years old. I'm 44 years old. And I could tell you today in my life, for the first time, I'm at a level of confidence. I'm at a level of where I look in the mirror and I'm like, wow. Man, I'm good in my life. And one of the first signs I tell people that I know I'm good in my life is that I'm at peace, right? So when you hit a moment in your life where you're at peace and the waters are calm, that means your mind, your body, everything that's around you is in perfect harmony. And that is, to me, that is the ultimate sign of happiness and success. I tell people, you know what, because I have 500,000 followers on YouTube, that's just numbers. You have 1 million followers on Instagram, it's numbers. You have a big house and you're a millionaire, again, that's great. But how do you feel inside your heart and inside your head? Only you know that, right? I've met a lot of people who are extremely wealthy and who are miserable. Like, unless you take off their head, wherever you put them in the world, whether they're living in a $10 million home or a $100 billion home, as long as their head's attached to their body, they ain't happy. They're not doing well. You can't escape that. And this is why the best investment you could make is in here and in here, in your heart and in your mind, and in yourself, and the way you carry yourself as a person to others. You know, one of the greatest satisfactions I get is when I'm with my son, right? And people are like, man, you have a great dad, man. And my son tells me, he goes, Dad, you know what? Kids at my school told me, you're so lucky to be training with your dad. Your dad looks so cool. He trains with you. He does things with you. That to me is a satisfaction. When I go out and I meet people and they say, man, you've inspired me to open my YouTube channel, or you've inspired me to quit my job and start a new career. I watch your videos and because of you, that to me is the true sign of success. And more than ever today, I realize that it's not about the big house or the big car. All that is material. Is it nice to have? Yes, it's great. But if your foundation of who you are is on that, it's empty, it's hollow, right? And I see this with a lot of people. Everything on the exterior looks good, but inside there's nothing. And to me, what's important is what's inside. The outside is superficial. It could be faked, it could be made, you could fool people, but inside is what really matters. So you want to develop your warrior mindset, right? Start by carrying yourself with integrity. Start by committing and being accountable to your word. To you. Forget about everybody else. To you. Start exercising, committing to what you're going to say. And start small. You know, get a coach. Read the books. But don't just focus on reading them. Go out there and execute them. Right? Face your fears. When you're afraid of something, don't quit. That's the moment. If you know the sign to me that I'm afraid also is a sign that I need to overcome this. I need to get to a point where I'm no longer afraid of this, and this is no longer taking control of my life. And start small. And as you start small, you build your confidence, and then you'll be ready to face bigger challenges. And then you start stacking and building that mindset. Right? So I'm starting to train with Xavier again. I'm going to start sparring. In a couple of months, I'm going to get in the cage. I think Krav Maga also trains your mindset and psychology. Guys, absolutely. You know what I mean? You're training your Krav Maga. You walk into school the first time, you're afraid. You've never hit anything. You start hitting. Guess what? You start getting confident with hitting. You start getting hit back. You're afraid of getting hit. But after getting hit back a few times, you start hitting back. Then you start building the confidence to hit back. Next thing you know, you're sparring. Next thing you know, you're doing scenarios. Next thing you know, your confidence starts building. I'm very good, Sanath. So that's how you build it, guys. Don't think that a warrior mindset is something that you're just going to be born with. Some people are naturally gifted, talented. Some people are more aggressive. Some people have that. But for most of the time, I've seen the stories I've heard of people who have that warrior mindset like I do. Most of them had a hard life. Most of them didn't have it easy. Most of them had to push themselves, challenge themselves. Got knocked out in the ring, but got knocked out in the street. And no, I'm not saying from fighting, from life. And the challenge for you is to get up. Every time you get hit, you get up and get up. And be okay with getting hit and be okay with falling, but don't be okay with staying there. That is what you want to avoid. I've been hit by life. After 10 years, guys, I just got my house back. 10 years. I just moved back to my apartment. How do you define a warrior mindset? I said this in the beginning. The warrior mindset to me is someone who stands with integrity, honest, truth, doing the right thing when no one's watching, doing the right thing, even at the expense, even at your own expense, doing the right thing, even when everybody's doing everything else because they're afraid. You're like, this is wrong, and I'm gonna stand for the right side, even if I have to stand alone. And to me, that is a warrior mindset, is never giving up. And when you get hit, you fall, you get back up again. Like I said, it's okay to get hit. It's okay to fall. It's okay to go on the ground. And if you want to cry for a day or two and be pissed off and that the world's not fair, I've been there. But then you get up and you're like, you know what? I tell people, you got out of your system, you're mad, you cried, you play the victim, now what? I should, absolutely. I know, man, I'm going to be working on a book soon. Guys, I got my super chat on as well. If you guys want to leave a super chat, let me know. Want to battle the skills of credits is due, but warriors survive beyond wisdoms is where credit is due. Absolutely, Tim. So true, man. I mean, having that warrior mindset to me, and I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't born with it, right? I wasn't born. Circumstances made me that I had to toughen up. I had to stand up. I had to fight back. It's what life gave me. And because of that, today I feel like I'm unstoppable. Josh Lopez, what's up on your site? What's coming up next? I'm going to be working on a lot of new content. I'm going to be doing some gun defense. I have an explosive 10 video Bob Dummy series. This is like unbelievable. 20 minutes each video. It's going to be insane. I'm going to be posting it soon. I'm going to be filming them. I worked on them over the weekend. They're going to be amazing, man. Full body Bob Dummy workouts. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments, any questions, leave them in the box. If you want to learn more self-defense, go visit my website, nickdrossos.com. If you guys want to do some one-on-one coaching, it's all on my website. It's all on my website, guys. I'm going to stay another 2 minutes, guys. If you guys, skinny guy advice, please. Skinny guy advice. Start training. Go heavy, man. I mean, I was skinny. I was 5'11", 112 pounds. Start eating. Eating. I mean, I was like at that point, and maybe it wasn't the best, I was just eating everything and anything. I'm Canadian, Fike. I was eating everything and anything. I was training every day. I was going heavy. Again, I was like 15, 16, my body could take a lot of damage. Now I couldn't train like I still do. I'm in better shape. I train a little bit differently, but at that time I was eating like crazy. I was lifting heavy. I just pushed, man. Would you think I have a warrior mind? I suffered from eating disorder and people around me were extremely pessimistic, but I stayed strong and lost 100 pounds. You know what? What people think about you is none of your business. Who cares what people think, man? It's what you believe in yourself, right? I suffered from eating disorder and people around me were extremely pessimistic, but I stayed strong and lost 100 pounds. At my age is 20, I weigh 56. My weight is 56. I'm assuming 56 kilos, right? Not pounds. My biggest foe is myself. How do I silence my mind in critical times? Why, Abhinav? Meditation, man.